Right, so you've sold something. Brilliant. Someone's bought something and they want it shipped fast. But now you've rifled through every single bag, every single corner of your house or your studio or your inventory, and you just can't seem to find that item. Maybe it was a jacket or a pair of trousers, or maybe it was that item that 2 weeks ago you were absolutely certain where it was, but now it's just gone. If that's happened to you, like it happened to me, then you need an inventory system. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what my system looks like for Retro Clothes Shop. And I'm going to take you from the very beginning when I first started selling random odd pieces of clothing to now buying wholesale to now having an inventory behind me that holds over 1,000 items that are in stock. This is going to be the complete guide for reseller inventory management that you'll need. Hi Fleek family, welcome back to the channel. It's so lovely to have you here. Today we're going to be talking about a few secondhand reselling tips and also the reselling management for inventory tracking that you need as a reseller, whether you're just starting or whether you've been reselling for a long time and you don't have an inventory system yet. I'm going to teach you mine. So when you're first starting out, and you might be just starting out selling 10 to 15 items, you don't actually need a system because it's less inventory to manage, right? You know exactly what's coming in, what's going out. You have a smaller inventory. It just works really well because you can see all the pieces on a clothing rack. You put this clothing on a hanger, in bags, in boxes, but you know exactly what you've got. The issue actually starts to happen when you grow and you scale. This usually happens when you're scaling. So you're buying more inventory, you're selling more inventory, and before you know it, you've got 100 waistcoats or 100 pieces of clothing that you need to move, but you don't really know where the stock is. So we're going to fix that today. And once I got to around 200 items in stock, that's when I really thought about organizing and obviously building a SKU code system. If you don't know what that means, we're going to get into it in a little bit. But basically, we built an inventory system that works so that I know where everything is when it sells. That was one of the first things that I built a few years ago, the SKU code system, which basically means that I have full tracking of all my inventory and I know where it is when I need to find it to obviously package it up and ship it out to my customer. SKU code system sounds way more complicated than it needs to be, so let me explain it. Okay, so a SKU code system is basically the thing that you need in a business when it gets to this level behind me. The SKU code system is used in so many businesses. It's not just used in reselling, but it's done in a way that allows you to have more control over what's coming in and what's going out and where to find it. Essentially, what you're doing is giving items a code. That's it. That's all you need to do. This specific item is coded in this way. Right here, it's on the side here. And my SKU code system is really simple. It's just Retro Clothes Shop, but abbreviated to RCS. And then usually I just add the number at the end. And that's it. That's literally it. And you can either add it into the descriptions of your listing so you know where it is, or you can tag the pieces of clothing with the code attached to it as well. And that's it. That's literally what it is. Something that I used to do when I first started reselling, and it might help you if you are a beginner reseller, is to actually code it by abbreviated shop name and then actually add the month. So it would be something like RCS Jan 001. Okay. And that's it. Because it shows you as the reseller when you listed the piece and how long it's been sat there for. You could literally just code them as 001 up to 100 if you really needed to do that. If you were just feeling that that was the best way forward. That bit is the most important part. You need to be able to attach the code somewhere to the garment. So whether it be actually on the garment or even just on the description, but make sure that it's in the description if you have loads and loads of stock, because it just is so much easier. And usually if you've got a box coded for January and you can see that in the description, you're going to head to the box that's got January products. The other thing that I would say, which is really, really useful and it's not spoken about enough, is to code these inside your Excel spreadsheet. So when it comes to taxes and things like that, and what's selling and what's coming in and out, you need to see that as a reseller. But what the ultimate goal is, instead of writing Harley Davidson graphic printed t-shirt or denim western waistcoat, just literally put the SKU code in as the code and the item number. How much did you pay for it? How much is it listed for? What were the fees? What was the shipping costs? How much was your net profit? And that is it. And you can track that along throughout the year as well. It's a really, really useful tool to know, especially if you're just getting started into reselling. This is a screenshot of my spreadsheet. This is what I do when I have new stock. I log it this way. I put the SKU code into the description as well. And then when it sells, I know where to find it based off the fact that everything in my inventory is tracked using this code system. The other thing as well is that if you lost an item, for example, you didn't know where to find it, you can search it within your Excel spreadsheet, but you can also search for that code as well because it's in the description on platforms like Vinted and Depop. So it's really, really useful tool to know. This takes the guesswork out completely because you are organized. And once you do this with every single item, especially if you've got a lot of inventory to go through, like, yes, it's going to take a lot of time, but in the long run, it's worth it all day long because you'll have a proper system. It's basically like a reseller inventory management system that just works. And like I've said before, you can tag these items, you can add stickers to the items, you can put stickers on boxes, and it just really saves you so much time. Just add a B-roll footage for you right now. This is what I do along each shelf so I know exactly where to find the items when it was listed. You can use post-it notes with sellotape if you really want to, if you don't have stickers yet. It's just as easy as that. Whatever works for you, get creative with it, I suppose. But it just helps you and saves you so much time. And that's pretty much what a SKU code system is, and it has saved me so much time. But if you've got between 50 to 100 pieces and you're a beginner reseller just getting started, you could do this in one afternoon and you'll be set up and you'll know exactly what's coming in, what's going out, and where to find your stock when it sells. I also wanted to let you know as well that I have written an ebook. It's called The Retroverse and it's 150 pages long and it's all about how I built a 5-figure reselling business. This ebook basically covers absolutely everything. It covers wholesale, sourcing, photography, descriptions, listings, everything. I mean, it's got a supplier list as well. The book is also partnered with Fleek, which means that you've basically got the full how-to guide inside this book. We also cover consistency and burnout and how to actually build a business that people are coming back to. Not just talking a Depop and Vinted page, I'm on about how to build an actual brand. This book covers that. Basically, my 5 years of experience put into 150 pages to help you really scale and grow your reselling businesses. All the stuff that's taken me years to figure out, you've got that shortcut now. It's honestly basically the blueprint that I wish I had when I was first starting reselling. And of course, it's an ebook, so as soon as you buy it, it's going to be yours. It's a PDF copy that downloads straight to your phone. If you want to, you can also print it out so it becomes a physical copy too. Link in the description box below if you want to go and buy it today. And we are in launch phase right now, which means if you use this code on the screen, you'll get £5 off the book. This code won't be around forever, so go and grab it today whilst you can. If you've got any questions, then you can reach out to me directly at the Retroverse on Instagram. Now, this is the most crucial part because you might be going to charity shops or you might be looking at car boot sales and you're buying one-off individual pieces. This is the crucial part because we're about to talk about wholesale and why it's more beneficial. When you start to buy wholesale, that scaling process happens so quickly because you're able to buy multiple items, the same item that's in stock in bulk quantities. So basically, you could place a 50-piece order, and those 50 pieces are going to arrive within 2 weeks. This is where this system becomes so helpful and it's basically a non-negotiable. I buy all of my stock from Fleek Vintage Wholesale. If you've never heard of Fleek before, we're basically a wholesale marketplace that connects resellers like you to wholesalers from all around the world and makes sourcing so much easier. Because when you order from Fleek, your order is all together. So when that delivery comes through your door, you have 50 pieces ready to go. If you're sourcing from 5 different places, that's 5 moments of chaos, and you don't need that as a reseller. But one wholesale order from one place, all you need to do is sit down, open the box, take the photographs, make the descriptions, add the SKU code, list it in the Excel spreadsheet, and put it away in the box with the right SKU code. That's it, and it's so much easier and saves you so much time. You can actually use the link in the description today to place your first order on Fleek. And this is where this system starts to earn its place because you'll actually be processing between 30, 40, 50, 60 items all in one go. And without the codes, it becomes an actual living nightmare. That your SKU code needs to do, which it does really well if you code it by month, is to learn what sells fast and what is actually now a stagnant listing. It's basically a listing that you've uploaded maybe a month ago and it's not sold yet. That's a problem. Stale stock is basically a profit killer and we don't want that. So we're going to fix it. Is when I list something, I always try and add the date or something like that or make a mental note of it in the Excel spreadsheet. So I know exactly when it was listed, the exact day, the exact month and the exact year. That's so crucial. Something's been sitting there for more than 4 weeks and nobody's bid or bitten on the price yet. That's a problem. This could mean that the price is off or the photos aren't doing it justice or that item just isn't in demand anymore. What I do is use that key date to trigger the relist, which is basically where you remove the listing, take new photographs of it, write a brand new description, relist it as a brand new product. 9 times out of 10, the relisted item will move faster than a neglected item ever would. Not tracking this properly, just using a simple spreadsheet like this is basically what I use, and it's really useful tool, definitely when you're just first starting out. You can see is what shifts fast, what hangs around, what people are buying, and this essentially shows you what you should not buy again, but what you should buy again. What I'm essentially telling you is to do it in this way because there's no guesswork and there's just only data, and you need that data as a reseller to become successful. So together, let's take away some key points from this. When you're starting out, just keep it simple as possible. As soon as you start buying in larger quantities from wholesale, get a system in place, because if you don't, it will be absolute chaos. Your SKU code system is basically everything. Without that, it's very complicated. Put your SKU code system in every single listing that you make. Try and put stickers on the items as well, including on the boxes, bags, or rails. What this essentially does is map out locations so that when the item sells, you can find it really easily. Just keep an eye on how long the item has been sat online for. Don't let stock go stale. That's the biggest takeaway. It doesn't have to be fancy. It just needs to be consistent. If you're looking to place your first ever Fleek wholesale order, then I've left a link in the description for you to go and check out. Fleek is basically where I source every single waistcoat from now, and it makes the inventory management so much easier. And of course, it makes it much more manageable as well, especially when there's literally over 1,000 pieces in stock. Found this video really useful, then don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and turn the bell notification on so that you'll never miss when we post. Also, please let me know in the comments if you have your own system which is completely different to mine that I've just shared with you. Always really nice to know other people's stories and other people's journeys. So I'm just really curious to see what you're doing. As always, thanks so much for watching this video. We'll see you in the next one.